The Thompson Takeover. Thompson's football and volleyball teams are heading to Tennessee to take on Lipscomb. We have the details you need to know. Plus, find out how the Warriors cheer squad found the words to the fight song. And we get to know one of the athletes away from the field, along with what Coach Freeman says about taking his team to Tennessee. That and a whole lot more after a word from our sponsors.
Buddy's Barbecue, a family-run staple in Alabaster since 1976. We make barbecue the old-fashioned way and serve it with our handmade sides.
From the class of 89.
From 87.
From 83. First state champs.
Always a warrior.
Better Lawn and Gardens. We're located right here in Alabaster. We specialize in weed control and fertilizing, landscape lighting, lawn maintenance, and landscaping. We love serving our neighbors in Alabaster. Reach out for your free quote.
Go Warriors! Hi, I'm Jacob with Duck Doctor USA. If you would like a healthier home, give us a call today at 205-980-0800 or check us out on the web at duckdoctorbirmingham.com. Duck Doctor says, Go Warriors!
Shelby Fence Company is a name you can trust for outstanding fencing services in Shelby County and the nearby areas. We are the preferred contractor for fence installations, and you can depend on Shelby Fence Company to provide superior fencing and gate options, including chain link, aluminum, and wood.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. I'm your host, Donette Logan. If you want to be the best, you play the best, and that is exactly what the Warriors are doing. After losing a defensive battle in overtime by just 1 point against Grayson High School, the Warriors are hitting the road again, heading to Tennessee. The Warriors will once again face Lipscomb Academy on Thursday night. The game didn't go the Warriors' way the last time they faced each other in 2022. The Warriors are hoping not to repeat that this game and hope last week's game can teach them a few lessons along the way. Quarterback Trent Seaborn taking to X after the game, saying, Week 1, tough loss against Grayson. Playing against some of the best defensive players in the country gets us better. Locked in on Week 2 in Nashville. Coach Freeman also on X posting, We know who we are and why we do what we do. Enjoy prep week this week, Nashville bound. The voice of the Warriors, Matthew Moyer, joins us now. And Matthew, I think we learned two things last week. Thompson's defense is strong, and when the game gets physical, the guys are not going to give up.
That is absolutely correct. That defense really stood up last Thursday night. It was a lot of fun to see. Great game from top to bottom, I thought.
It was a great game. And one guy I didn't get to see a lot of last year because he kind of transferred in a little late, Jarrett Smith. But he made his name known on the field last week.
He absolutely did. He was just destroying a lot of their offensive plays. And even when it looked like he wasn't part of the play, he had occupied so much of their attention, it allowed other players to come in and step up and make some plays. So, yeah, he definitely showed an impact.
Watching that game, I kept hearing Auburn commit Jarrett Smith, Auburn commit Jarrett Smith. So I think his name will be one you'll hear a lot this season. We know the defensive line has been strong for Thompson for several years, and we saw that against Grayson, and the defense is what kept us in that game.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't for them, we would have been out early on.
Scored our first touchdown.
Yeah, which most defenses don't do that.
Right.
But on the offensive side, it is a young offense. Mm-hmm. And you have to wonder, when you're playing teams like Grayson or Lipscomb that are going to be a challenge, is it for this season or for next season that we're doing that?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I grew up watching Tom Izzo up at Michigan State.
Yeah.
Look at what he does in the early season. He plays a brutally tough schedule in the early season, but come tournament time, those guys are always ready. If you take a look at what Mark Freeman does, he doesn't play cupcakes. He runs towards these big games,
right,
and it has certainly paid dividends for his teams. So I think it's not only, hey, let's get ready for the future, but part of that future is the back half of this season to make sure we're playing at a very high level when the time is right.
I didn't think about the back half of the season. I was just thinking years to come, but it makes sense. You can beat the teams like Vestavia, Hoover, Hewitt. We've seen it happen, but you want to challenge, you play teams that are better, and you have to sometimes go out of state for that.
That's right.
And that's exactly what they're doing.
They are, and I applaud it.
I do too. I think it's great to give them a challenge, some new faces. Some of these guys, they'll play together in college.
That's right.
But we get to see really what our guys are made of when you put them on the field against stronger teams.
Yes.
Now, Lipscomb is also coming off their first loss.
Mm-hmm.
But their coach is a former offensive coordinator, and you have to think their offense is going to give our defense a challenge, possibly.
Possibly, if that defense played the way it did last Thursday night, Lipscomb might be in for a long night. Those guys, again, and I know we'll probably harp on it quite a bit, but that defense was incredible. And the offense is coming along. I think that they'll take maybe a little bit longer to find their stride, but they've got a tremendous quarterback, and the weapons are there. So as they continue to come together to learn one another's rhythms, I think they're going to be something to watch as well.
And I think that's what we saw in that game is the first part of the game, they just weren't in sync. And they weren't kind of learning that rhythm with each other. Makes you wonder what was said in the locker room.
Right.
Because they came out, looked a little bit stronger, better. Over time, they looked better. We've seen Brooks Byers having that touchdown, which we saw him last year filling as quarterback. You know, he kind of does several different positions on the field, but it's almost like they clicked right at the last minute.
Right.
A little bit too late, but they can have redemption this week.
Well, think about it this way. So you're 15 years old. You have been told, hey, here's the key to the car. Oh, by the way, we're going to start with a nationally ranked team, and we're going to put you on national television for your first game. For those guys to come out the way they did showed incredible poise just in that. And then as the game went on, they got more and more comfortable, started to develop that rhythm, and that touchdown pass in overtime was a thing of beauty.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah, it was gorgeous. But you make a good point. I think we tend to forget these are teenage kids. Mm-hmm. They are 15 and 16, and they have a lot of challenges, a lot of pressure on them. You've got a stand full of people, mm-hmm. national viewers. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a lot to kind of put in the back of your mind and focus on the game.
And one thing that Tim and John and I talked about after the game was over is Grayson came in with 3 number 1 running backs.
Yes.
They played 4 running backs. There was somebody that was fresh at all times. And it didn't really matter which one of them it was. You didn't see a huge drop off. So when you have 4 number 1 running backs that can cycle through and go against your defense, for our defense to stand up the way they did, that was incredible.
They had endurance the whole game. Our offense looked a little winded. That defense gave them a challenge, but I think we can see a different team this week. And you're going to head to Tennessee.
I am.
So if you are not going to Tennessee, you can catch Matthew and the team on the Warrior Nation Network or the NFHS app. Just click on the one that says Published by Thompson. You have pregame, postgame, all kinds of highlights for us.
We do. We're excited about it. The whole crew's going, and we're ready to bring home a win.
I'm ready to listen and kind of hopefully you guys do. I'll be cheering you on.
Thank you so
much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
When we come back, we'll hear from Thompson's cheer squad and Coach Freeman after a word from our sponsors.
Clothing, shoes, accessories, and gifts. G&G Loft has all that and more. We also offer a full line of Merle Norman makeup. Come let our staff help you pick the perfect piece just for you.
Classic Nail Spa is proud to be one of the best nail salons in Alabaster. We will provide excellent service with all the new trends. Come relax and pamper yourself with us today.
Go Warriors! Let's take back this yard!
Hold on, soldiers. There's an easier way to deal with mosquitoes and ticks. Wayne's Pest Control offers modern solutions that are safe and effective, so you don't have to battle them alone. It's best to just call Wayne's Pest Control.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Artavino, and I'm happy to share that we're providing oral appliance therapy for patients with obstructive sleep apnea. This is an FDA-approved appliance, so call us today for more information.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Preview. After the football team has their game Thursday night against Lipscomb Academy, the volleyball team will have theirs on Friday. The Warriors do have a young team on the court after losing 10 seniors, but after dominating their opener against Calera and Sylacauga, the ladies have shown they may look young on paper, but they have the chemistry on the court to make it happen. After Lipscomb, the ladies will have 3 more road matches before returning home September 14th to host the South of the Town Showdown. If you go to any game for Thompson, you know the tune for the fight song, but do you know the words? For years, we haven't known the words until now, and the cheerleaders tell us just how they found out what they are. So we can't have Friday nights without our cheerleaders. You guys get the crowd going and do a lot more. I want to start with you guys introducing yourselves. Go ahead.
I'm Addison. I'm a junior, and I'm co-captain on the cheer team.
My name is Catherine. I'm a senior, and I'm our captain.
So I asked you guys earlier about what we can expect on Friday nights, and the pregame changed a little bit. Talk about what you guys are doing this year.
We're doing a more like traditional cheer, and like for everyone in the stands to get to know it, and we're just wanting everyone to cheer along with us and stand up and yell.
Now I thought the fight song had changed, but it hadn't. It's the same fight song, but you guys found the words. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so we've had words for our fight song forever, and like we've just never used them. And so we had a lady message us on Facebook sending us the words to our fight song. So at our pep rally last week, we had the words projected on the Jumbotron for people to follow along. Students don't know them just yet, but we're hoping that everyone gets to know them so that everyone can sing with us.
And you guys put them out on social media. I think on Instagram I saw them there. Has it been hard for people to kind of learn those words?
I mean, probably so because they're new to everyone, but I mean, I don't know. You just have to practice them at home, I guess.
Now, one of the traditions you guys have that I love is the verses on the back of the signs for run through. How did that start, and who comes up with those?
It started before I was in high school, so probably about like 6 years ago. Yeah. And they've had a verse on the back of every single run through since, and it's just a good way for the boys to start their game. They get to look up at our run through, see a good verse, and then get the game started.
Now, what people don't realize is, yes, it's y'all Friday nights football, but y'all are preparing for competitions as well.
Yes.
Talk about, when are those competitions?
Should be in October.
It's in the fall. We know that much. Yeah.
Football season.
And you guys have to learn different routines for that. What kind of routines do you guys do during those competitions?
We do both game day and traditional, but this year we're changing it up and we're not doing no tumbling.
And so basically game day is more of like your traditional, like what you would see on the sidelines. And then traditional is you see more of like our harder stunts. This is where like we really like have our skill set put out on the mat for everyone to see. So we have it's like a different variation, but yeah.
And there's a lot of you guys on that team. I think middle school comes up too. So how many girls are there? Do you know?
About 30 to 40 girls that we have like total in the program at the high school.
Yeah.
That's a lot of girls.
Yeah.
So I'm going to end with this. I guess it's not really a new tradition. You guys started a couple years ago. The pep rallies and the competitions for the grades.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what those are and how you guys decide who wins. I'll start with Catherine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we started adding points, like a scoreboard for our grades to like make everything more competitive, because used to our pep rallies were at the end of the school day, no one showed up, no one really participated, and we want to be known like to have a lot of school spirit, have all of our students involved. And so whoever has the most amount of kids dress up in their grade get a point. If you win the class yell, you get a point. If you win the games at the pep rallies, you also get points. So there's a bunch of ways you can get points, but at the end of the year, like you just like want your grade to have the most.
Yes.
I saw the scoreboard today and I was like, oh, this is getting interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much and good luck this season.
Thank you.
C-H-S, let's make it victory again tonight. Thompson's here to play, so when our team has its goal in sight, don't get in our way. When Thompson Warriors fight, cheer for the red and white. Yo!
These guys on the field are hoping they can lead us to a score that has the fight song ready to be played against Tennessee. Christina Chambers takes us to Warrior Stadium to get to know one of our athletes a little bit better.
Just us being as one, like as a unit. I think we played really good the first game. We can only get better, you know. On Thursday, I kind of meditated a little bit, just clear my mind before the game, and that's about it. I think the potential is real high for this team because, like I said, the first game we did outstanding. We can only get better,
I just really think we just need to come together and get better every single week. Come together as an O-line, come together as a running back room, as a receiving core, quarterback room. Just once we all come together, I just feel like we'll start scoring points and getting yards every play. Well, me, Dylan, and Seaborn, we all went. I just think of it as like being able to bond with your teammates, being able to be friends outside of football, and just being able to become closer to get our goal and reach a blue map. Well, on the weekends, I love to fish. I love to catch bass. I love to catch catfish. I just feel like it allows me to become one with nature, allowing me to be outside by myself in the calm weather, and just allows me to be alone and enjoy time. I feel like I can lead by example, doing the right things. I've been working on becoming a more vocal leader since last year. In the past 2 years, I've been more of a young guy, but I feel like as a senior, I need to become more vocal and encourage our teammates when things go bad. Especially like if Trent makes a mistake, you know, he has a lot of pressure on him. I try to talk to him in between plays, tell him to pick himself up, and just try to cheer him on and encourage him. Redeeming ourselves, we came off a loss last week, and I just feel like we got to really prove ourselves this week, and it's just another game to get better.
When we come back, we get Coach Mark Freeman's take on the work that needs to be done for a win on the road. You're watching the Weekly Warrior Preview.
Brooklear Pharmacy is your hometown pharmacy offering competitive prices on prescriptions, hormone replacement therapy, compounding, medical equipment, and immunizations. Brooklear Health Mart Pharmacy, dedicated to providing the best health care for our community.
Go Warriors!
Authentic Mexican cuisine right here in Alabaster. Combined with Sneaky Pete's hot dogs, this is a great place to stop in for a bite to eat. Online ordering and delivery is available at our Alabaster location.
Since 1980, Mr. Bug's Pest Control has remained one of Alabama's top pest control companies. From residential to commercial, we always strive to embrace our industry's latest and most current technology. We provide our customers peace of mind by knowing their pest and termite control needs are met. At Total Roofing, we understand the importance of a sturdy and reliable roof. Whether you're dealing with roof repair, restoration, shingle replacement, storm damage, or a pesky roof leak, we've got you covered. Call Total Roofing at 205-432-8395.
Coach Mark Freeman has been known to say they know they can beat teams in the region, but they want to get better. So why not face teams that give them a challenge? And that's exactly what the Warriors are doing with Grayson last week and Lipscomb this week. We have more from Coach Freeman.
You know, being first game, there was adjustments. I thought our defense came out, played really great. I think offensively, we had a few guys play good. We got to get better on offense. We got to find playmakers. We got to find guys that can go make plays, catch balls, and make plays. We got to find running backs that can break runs. You know, but overall, I thought we played a good team. I thought it was a great week of building to what we were trying to get to be a better football team. I thought Grayson did a good job of running. I think the 3 S's, size, speed, and strength, they had all the ingredients to be really good, and I think they're a good football team. But at the end of the day, we had our chance to win, and that was all that we were looking for in that first game is, you know, find a way to win the game. And I thought our kids did everything in their power to win the game. And, you know, wins or losses is not what we played last week or this week about. It's to get better, to put another block in the foundation, to get a great foundation to go into the region play. And this week will be a test also. Well, I think the first drive, Grayson came out and they tempoed us and went down the field and scored. And that happens, you know. It's the first game. It happens every week because you cannot practice the speed of the other team with your young guys that you put as your look team. They just don't have the speed that you're going to play. And so they had been through that situation at least six times of starting games off in what they want to do, and most teams script that first drive anyway. So they were a really faster team that we've been pricing against. In our defense, they went down, they scored. What's impressive, they don't go down and score again the rest of the game. And we threw an interception, they got the ball in our territory, our defense held. I thought that was a big key in us having a chance to win the game. But regardless of what people think, you don't want to throw the ball 50 times. When your defense is playing good, you don't have a proven playmaker. You want to play football. You want to run the football, get some first downs, eat the clock up, punt, play defense, switch field positions, and then try to get a short field and go score touchdowns. Well, you know, we were not able to do that. A, they were good. B, we've got to find guys that can go make plays on offense. You know, you can't just throw balls up and do things that you might have done here in the past. We got to find those guys that can go make plays and be smart. Right now, the strength of our team, at where we stand going to week 2, the strength of our team is our defense and I think our special teams. And we get short fields in offense. It helps us. We're coming back from the 7, the 12, the 20. What you don't want to do there is turn the ball over and ask your defense, hey, hold them again, hold them again. So I thought the game went about as good as it could go for us to have us a chance to win the game. And I thought when it went to overtime, I thought overtime was our friend because I thought our special teams was better. I thought my defense was, adequate and all. So when we went to overtime, offensively we came through, we scored the touchdown. So I mean, looking back, I'm proud of our kids. We got the ball in overtime. We went right in the end zone and scored, executed a great play. So I mean, I'm really proud of our kids, and I'm not down talking. We just got to find some guys that can go make some plays. Our guys have to grow up. We got some 9th and 10th grade receivers that are going to be really, really good football players, and we got some of our older kids that they just need to continue to work and realize that at this level of football, there's an amount of speed, there's an amount of catches you got to make, and just keep improving. They're another good football team. We're going to go to their place and play them. Like I said, they're basically like a private school up there, so they're gonna have really good players. It's going to be a great environment. Looks like watching them on film. They have a great environment for football, and like I said, they look to be a pretty good sized bunch of guys. And so different game than Grayson, different team. They have a different philosophy than Grayson. So it'll be another great week to play a team that's going to kind of, I think, appear to try to bully us around a little bit. And so it'll be a great week. Last week they were really good size, had a lot of speed and all. This team does not seem to have the speed, but they're maybe a little bit bigger as a physical team.
It's now time for the DL on the Warriors. 3 Warriors have been named to the Max Preps All-American team: Anquan Fagans, Trent Seaborn, and Cam Pritchett. Volleyball coach Judy Green had a little fun with the start of the season, taking to social media with her first day of volleyball assigned. This is her 40th year as a head coach. And finally, there is still time to sign up for the Future Warriorette Camp. The camp is open for kids ages 4 through 8th grade. It will end with a performance on the field with the Marching Southern Sounds. That's going to do it for us this week on the Weekly Warrior Preview. Remember, if you are not going to Tennessee, you can still hear the game on the Warrior Nation Network or watch it on NFHS Network. Just click on Published by Thompson. Thank you again for watching each and every week, and thanks to our sponsors who made this show possible.